Before Wall Street, before London, before anyone could even imagine a stock market, there was Amsterdam, a city of canals, merchants, an idea so dangerous it changed the world forever. It was the early 1600s, the Dutch Golden Age. Amsterdam had just thrown off Spanish rule and emerged as the new hub of global trade. Ships left daily for Asia, Africa, and the New World, chasing spices, silk, gold, and profit. But there's one problem. These voyages were unbelievably expensive. To fund these risky journeys, merchants pooled together their fortunes. Each voyage was really its own gamble. One ship could be lost to a storm, and it would wipe out a lifetime's wealth. Then, in 1602, a radical idea took hold. What if every voyage was part of one company, and anyone could then buy in? The VOC wasn't just a trading company, it was the world's first multinational corporation. It was granted a 21-year monopoly on all trade between the Netherlands and Asia, but also did something unprecedented. It, of course, sold ownership to the public. So now, for the first time in history, bakers, blacksmiths, and sailors alike could own a fraction of a massive enterprise. Each share represented a piece of the future, a promise that when ships returned, they would share their profits. This was then the world's first initial public offering, or IPO. Thousands invested. The company raised over 6 million guilders, an astronomical sum at the time. It was more than enough to build fleets, hire more sailors, and truly dominate the seas. But then, something unexpected happened. Those early investors didn't want to wait years for a ship to return just before they could cash out. And so, the real revolution began. On the edge of the Damrak Canal, merchants started gathering every day to trade their shares with each other. Their prices rose and fell with rumors of ships sighted on the horizon. In 1602, this marked the official opening of the world's first stock exchange. Now, the Amsterdam Stock Exchange at first wasn't glamorous. It was open air, noisy, and truly chaotic. Yet, for the first time, money itself had become a product, something that could be traded, speculated on, and manipulated. Amsterdam had discovered the secret engine of capitalism, the market of belief. The VOC's stock soared. Ships returned loaded with nutmeg, cloves, and porcelain. Investors became rich beyond imagination. Now Amsterdam transformed into the financial capital of the world. Though as wealth grew, so did greed. Among the traders was Isaac Lemaire, one of VOC's own founders. He became frustrated with the company's power and its secrecy, so he tried something new, and that was betting against it. Lemaire became the first person in history to short sell a stock, that is, profiting when prices fell. The VOC called this treason. They banned short selling, threatened punishment, but the idea itself was unstoppable. Even then, markets were beginning to reflect not just reality, but the emotion, the fear, rumor, and of course greed. The invisible hand had started to move. Still, the system worked, and truly astonishingly well. The Dutch East India Company funded hundreds of voyages, paying steady dividends for nearly 2 centuries. The exchange became the model for London, Paris, and eventually Wall Street itself. But beneath the prosperity lay a shadow. The VOC wasn't just a business, it was an empire. It had armies, forts, and even its own currency. It ruled parts of Indonesia with an iron fist, seizing land and crushing resistance in the name of profit. This was capitalism's first success story, but it was also built on exploitation. Still, Amsterdam's prosperity seemed unstoppable. By the mid-1600s, the city's merchants controlled more wealth than most kingdoms, but speculation always had a way of turning faith into frenzy. When the tulip market collapsed, fortunes evaporated overnight. Though tulips weren't traded on the market itself, the mania revealed something profound. Even in the world's first market, human emotion, not logic, was the true driver of price. Despite bubbles and panics, Amsterdam's exchange endured. By the 1700s, Europe had fully embraced the model. Public markets funded wars, colonies, railways, and revolutions. The idea born in one canal-side building now powered the world. Over time, these principles, forged here, such as transparency, speculation, and trust, became the foundation of every modern economy going forward. Today, more than $100 trillion move through stock exchanges worldwide, and all of it can be traced back to a group of Dutch merchants with an impossible dream. The Amsterdam Stock Exchange didn't just invent a marketplace, it invented a new worldview on the economy, one where risk was shared, progress was perpetual, and belief itself became currency. It turned ambition into mathematics and hope into an economic engine. Though it also gave us our greatest contradictions: innovation and inequality, prosperity and panic, vision and greed. The same forces that built the first stock market still shape every boom and bust of today. 4 centuries ago, in a candlelit room by the canal, a handful of men reinvented the world. They couldn't have known it then, but they had created not just a company, but an entire new way of thinking. The Amsterdam Stock Exchange was the moment humanity learned to trade its future.